What's up everyone, it's Ben from the Vinyl Jukebox, and today I'm going to do a recent finds video. I've been picking up a lot of vinyl, CDs, music memorabilia lately, so I just wanted to do a quick video to show you guys what I've been picking up. If you haven't done so already, please be sure to like and comment on this video, subscribe to my channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of my videos. So let's get started with a record that I actually mentioned in my last video, signed vinyl for my collection. This is Ace Frehley's new album, 10,000 Volts, signed by Ace. A couple weeks ago actually, I went out to the Sam Ash location on 34th Street in New York City where Ace was doing a signing. We waited online for 4 hours. It was pretty brutal because it was cold out, but it was totally worth it. Ace was really cool. And another awesome thing that happened was Ace's manager was going around with a camera guy. They were taking videos of the fans. You could actually see on one of the videos, I'm there chanting Ace, Ace, Ace. So really cool stuff. You could check that out on Ace's social media. But while they were going around, they were also handing out these cool lightning bolt pins. So definitely a cool memorabilia addition to the collection. This is the bubblegum pink variant that was exclusive only to this event. So really cool, and it's got a little bit of a swirl in there as well, kind of a marble color. One label is red, the other label is blue. So a cool variant. I'm not one to get crazy over colored variants, but you know, it was cool to have one that was exclusive to that event. But first pickup, Ace Frehley, 10,000 Volts, signed by Ace. All right, next pickup, and there's going to be a few just kind of standards in this showing, because I've been trying to add like classic rock records that I should have in my collection that for some reason I don't. Maybe records that I see all the time, but usually they're beat up. And this is one of them. This is Jefferson Airplane, Surrealistic Pillow. This one's got the two biggest hits on it, White Rabbit and Someone to Love, and Somebody to Love. And this is a really nice copy, original copy on the RCA Victor label. And usually I find these and they're pretty beat up, but this one was in really nice shape and I got it for a nice price. So yeah, cool pickup. All right, next up, and I think this was a pickup from a Whatnot auction. I didn't have this, and I'm trying to build up my Tom Petty collection. This is Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. You're Gonna Get It. And this is a really cool album. It's got the song, what is it? I need to know on it. But really cool pickup, and I was really surprised too. This is a really loud record. I put this on my turntable and I had to run to the volume because it just came out blasting. And it's a really thin record too, which I was kind of surprised, but yeah, really good sound on this one. Cool pickup and nice add to the Tom Petty collection. All right, next up, and this comp I see all the time, but I figured I'd pick it up. It was on a Whatnot auction, really cheap. This is Deep Purple. This is When We Rock, We Rock. When We Roll, We Roll. And it's got a bunch of hits on it. Smoke on the Water. I think it's a live version of Smoke on the Water. Space Truckin'. It's got stuff from different eras of the band, the Mark I, Mark II, Mark III lineup. So it's got Hush on it, Burn. So different lineups of the band, but a cool compilation of Deep Purple. Another band that I'm trying to add as many albums as I can to the collection, but I always really like this album cover, very like sci-fi, futuristic, but cool stuff. And like I said, I always see that one. You probably always see that one too. It's a pretty cheap pickup, but it's a good sounding album. It's not too bad. This version, I was a little upset. It's a little scratchy, a little crackly, but what are you gonna do? If I find a nicer one, I'll pick up the nicer one. So this one was a really cool pickup. A few days ago, I went to go see the band Porno for Pyros play at a theater called the Capitol Theater in Port Chester, made very famous by the Grateful Dead, but they have a lot of really cool rock acts turn up there and come through and play. I've seen Slash play there. I've seen Gary Clark Jr. play there. I've seen who else have I seen there? Hot Tuna play there. I've seen Jeff Beck. So they do get some pretty big name artists. And so I went to go see Porno for Pyros, which, if you don't know, that's Perry Farrell and what's the drummer's name? drummer's name is going to come to me. Oh my gosh. Right in the comments below. You guys are probably going to blast me in the comments. But Stephen Perkins. From Jane's Addiction's side project, Porno for Pyros. And they're doing their so-called farewell tour. But the opening band I was actually really excited to see. I'd heard about them. They're called Tiger Cub. They're a 3-piece band from England. And they were awesome. I tried to hold back on listening to their music before their set. Because I wanted to be surprised, and boy was I. We were right up front, right against the railing. I got some amazing pictures. I posted those up on my Instagram, so you guys can go down to the link below, check out my Instagram, check out those photos. They're like camera well quality photos. But I was so impressed with their set that I ran afterwards over to their merch booth. I went to go buy their album. All 3 members of the band were there, so they signed it. So this one was the drummer, this one was the bass player, and you can't really see it, but the singer, the pen ran out of ink, and he was kind of all over the place, getting pulled in all sorts of directions, so I didn't want to bother him. But after the set, I actually got their set list too, so I had them sign it, and as you guys can see. And this is on white vinyl, so really cool, but like they are just really cool hard rock alternative. I think of them as sort of like a mashup between Royal Blood and Queens of the Stone Age. So really good stuff. Check this out. This is The Perfume of Decay. This is, I believe, their 3rd studio album. I was gonna tell them actually that they were using the Sharpie of Decay because you guys can see what happened. But you know, what are you gonna do? Really cool band. Check them out. If you get a chance, I'll put a link down below to their YouTube channel so you can check that out. All right, next up, another standard here. This one picked up in a Whatnot auction, super cheap. This is Don't Shoot Me, I'm Just the Piano Player. This is, or I'm Only the Piano Player. Oh my gosh, I'm messing up on these album titles today. Elton John, pretty standard album. Crocodile Rock, Daniel, some big hits on this one. But I just wanted to pick this one up. This annoys me a little bit because it's got some writing up there. Somebody felt they need to write their name. This belongs to Linda Fries. Well, you know, I have the one and only copy owned by Linda Fries. But just a cool pickup, another just standard staple that I need to have in the collection. I don't really have too much Elton John. I do love Elton John, so I wanted him in the collection. Another pretty cliche album to have, but I didn't have it, and this version looks and sounds phenomenal. Crosby, Stills, and Nash. This is a classic album that I think everyone should have in their collection. Everyone probably does have in their collection, and now I do as well. So really good stuff. Album was in fantastic shape. Sleeve was in fantastic shape, and so was the record inside. But this was just a great add to the collection as well. Now, another band that I'm trying to beef up my collection for is the Beatles. This is Magical Mystery Tour. This was the first Beatles album that I ever heard on CD. I had this when I was a kid. And to be honest, I didn't like it all that much at the time. I grew to like it because I had wanted a Beatles CD for a while. I told my parents I wanted one, and I knew the hits. And this album, I mean, although it had a couple of hits, it was pretty out there even for me as a little kid. This is an original copy on the old Capitol label. It's in a little rough shape. It's kind of crackly, kind of scratchy. Got this super cheap on a Whatnot auction. I've been having a little bit of an issue with Whatnot auctions lately with the grading and just with the records that I've been getting so far. So I'm gonna kind of try to limit myself, at least with certain sellers right now. But still a cool pickup to have in the collection, a good placeholder. When I do find a better copy, I'll definitely replace that one, but definitely good just to have, because I don't have the CD anymore. All right, next up, and this was a really cool pickup because this one's in great shape. This is Tommy from The Who. All right, another staple that I think most people have in their collections. And for some reason, I mean, I have a bunch of Who records, just never had this one. And to be honest, I don't think I ever listened to this album all the way through. So it was a really interesting listen, and, you know, it's a rock opera, so you really have to just sit down and listen to the whole thing all the way through. But this one has the booklet as well. So amazing pictures in it. Let me See if I could get that a little better. Amazing pictures. And like I said, just another classic album. Picked it up for a really nice price, so just definitely a nice add to the collection. All right, this one I actually picked up today. It ended up in the middle of my pile here, but this is Coltrane Live at the Village Vanguard again. I saw the lineup on this and just couldn't resist. Who's on this? This is, let me just get the names exactly right here. So John Coltrane's on this, Alice Coltrane, and who else do we have here? Rashid Ali and Farrah Sanders. So I couldn't resist. Now, this isn't an original Impulse. This is the ABC Records distributed or licensed Impulse. But I got this for a really good price, and it, you know, I haven't listened to it yet because I just got it today. But a cool find, a cool add to the collection, and I'm trying to beef up my jazz collection lately. So any original Coltrane that I could find, or any older copies of Coltrane that I could find, are definitely welcome in the collection. One of my favorite jazz artists, and I've seen this album before, but finally saw this for like a really cheap price, Dexter Gordon. This is Dexter Gordon Quartet, Manhattan Symphony. And I haven't listened to this yet either, but this is one of his later albums. So, and I have another one of his later albums, which I really like. So hopefully I'll like this one as well. But if you know anything about this one, let me know in the comments below. It was super cheap, so even if I don't like it, not a big deal. One artist that I've been getting into a lot lately is Hampton Hawes. Now, this is a Whatnot auction find, and I don't know anything about this one. I haven't listened to it yet because frankly, I haven't been in the mood for it yet. But I will be at some point, so that's when I'll put it on. But this is Hampton Hawes plays movie musicals. All right, so I'm guessing this is instrumentals from different movies. What do we have here? We have Oliver, As Long as She Needs Me. We have Finian's Rainbow, which I've never heard of, and Funny Girl. I know that's a Broadway show right now, but it's a promo copy. Figured for the price I picked it up for, why not give it a try? Worst comes to worst, I get rid of it or trade it, whatever. But cool pickup. I like Hampton Hawes, so we'll see if it holds up. This one was a surprisingly good pickup, another Whatnot pickup. This is Ella Fitzgerald, jams fine and mellow. This is an awesome later Ella Fitzgerald record. Features Tommy Flanagan, Lockjaw Davis, Louis Bellson, Clark Terry, Zoot Sims, Joe Pass, Ray Brown, Harry Edison. This is an awesome record. I expected Ella's voice not to be too great, but it sounds as good as ever on this one. This is a Pablo pressing on that Pablo label. And I love Ella. Wanted to get another record of hers in the collection. This one was super cheap, and it did not disappoint, much better than expected. So fine and mellow, Ella, awesome stuff. All right, coming towards the end here, we have Frank Sinatra. This was a Whatnot win. I actually won this in a giveaway, and I didn't have any Sinatra in the collection. So I was really happy to bring this one in. This is Sinatra, and I've got The World on a String on it. So really cool, and it's in surprisingly good shape. Sometimes with those Whatnot giveaways, you get a really beat up copy that the seller doesn't want to sell. But this one looks really nice. I haven't listened to it yet. Even if it's a little scratchy, that's okay. I mean, free is free. So just cool stuff. And this one was really good. I picked this up in another Whatnot auction. This is Ahmad Jamal at the Penthouse. Very orchestrated, but really, really good jazz piano. Kind of one of those late night jazz albums. This is on the Argo label. Just a late night kind of cocktail or whiskey in your hand sort of listen. But really good stuff. I've been getting into Ahmad Jamal recently, and did not disappoint. So lastly, I wanted to show some CDs and one other thing real quick. These are just some recent CD pickups. I picked up the new Judas Priest album, Invincible Shield. This is an amazing, amazing metal album from the Metal Legends Judas Priest. Let me put that a little closer. But this actually surprised me. Now, I knew it was going to be good. I really like the singles, but this album far exceeded expectations. Firepower, their last album, was really good. I love that one. I thought that was their best album in so long. And this one, I have to say, this one surpassed it. This one is so good. Songs like the single Panic Attack, The Serpent and the King, probably Devil in Disguise is my favorite on the album so far. This is just the standard digipack. I know that the Target exclusive came with 3 extra tracks, so did the vinyl. The vinyl was way too expensive. The vinyl was close to $50, and I just couldn't pay that much for it. So I picked up the CD. Did not disappoint. Really cool, and really happy with it. So next up, this is another CD pickup. Rolling Stones, Live at the Wiltern. This is their show from 2003, small theater show where they played a ton of really deep tracks. And if you're a Stones fan like I am, this is a set list you have to love. Songs like Live With Me, songs like Neighbors, songs like Everybody Needs Somebody to Love, Stray Cat Blues, Dance Part 1, Can You Hear Me Knockin', Rock Me Baby, Bitch. You've got just so many deep tracks on here. Hand of Fate, oh my gosh. Decided to pick up the CD on this one. I've picked up a bunch of the Stones live albums recently. They have these triple live albums. And the thing about these are I love them, but I feel like I don't listen to them as much as I should for the price that they cost. So this is just the standard 2 CD edition. I decided not to pick up the version with the Blu-ray just because, again, I find like I listen to the Blu-ray maybe once and then never listen to it again. So, you know, I just figured this was the best way to go, and I'm happy with it. Just standard 2 CD release, and it has the booklet inside as well. Now, this was a cool surprise find from a thrift store. This is Elvis Presley, The Collection. This is a 3-album set. It was sealed when I got it, but obviously I opened it up. And this is his first 3 albums, Elvis Presley, Elvis, and Lovin' You. And I was looking for a copy actually on vinyl of Elvis Presley, that first album. But I figured I'd pick up the CD just for now. And this has bonus tracks on it, just bonus singles. Just a really cool collection. I think I picked this up for like $3 and it was sealed, so can't go wrong there with that. Last but not least, some memorabilia. Real quick, we were talking about Tiger Cub while I was at their merch stand. Got this really cool bracelet, Tiger Cub Club. It's hard to say. Check them out. Really cool new band, up and coming. I think they're going to be big. Super nice. The singer is super tall. He's like 7 feet tall. Crazy. Lastly, I picked up a poster. If you guys have been following my Poster Child short series, you will know that I love picking up concert lithographs. So this was from the Porno for Pyro show, and I have to get a frame for this, but this is really cool. Really cool print. This is number 739 out of 1500. So really cool lithograph print, has the tour dates on it. Mine was the one in Portchester, but I just love that artwork that they chose to go with for the farewell tour. If it is a farewell tour, we'll see. They were advertising signed copies as well, signed posters. But the signed posters, they wanted way too much money, and they didn't even have them. One guy in front of us was asking about them, and the merch guy said that the band didn't feel like signing them. And they were charging about $100 for these posters. And we were saying, you know, you're going to charge $100. You should sign those posters. Like, that's, you know, a disservice for the people who are actually going to shell out that much money for the posters. I was not going to do that, but I know there were other people that would have for sure, and I'm sure resellers and all that. But this is going in the poster collection up on the walls. Super excited. Maybe I'll do another Poster Child short about this one once it's all framed up and looking nice. But there you have it, guys. That was my recent finds for the last couple of weeks. A lot of records, and I'm expecting quite a few more coming in soon. So please, if you haven't done so already, don't forget to leave a like and comment on this video, subscribe to my channel, turn on notifications, share the video, share the love, share the channel, all that good stuff. And I'll see you next time, everybody.